Welcome back to the Main What Show.
Oh, it's been forever.
What's that?
It's been forever.
It's been forever, but guess what? We're back. Don't worry. Well, we actually filmed what was it, like last week or 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, yeah.
Tried to, and then we got copyrighted.
Well, yeah. Good old recording issues and copyright strikes.
We kind of saw it coming, but
yeah, I guess we should have chopped those up more if we're gonna use the races.
yeah. We had Joseph Eklund come on. We're gonna upload his interview separately so that you guys can still see that. Because that was cool to talk to him. I had never met him before. Obviously a teammate of yours for a while. So we'll put that up. We got Braxton Lamey coming on today. I'm pumped for that one.
Oh, it's a big one.
Haven't talked to him in a while. Just committed it was Indiana Tech or Lawrence, something like that. Should probably know that.
Not bad, not bad.
We'll figure it out by the time he comes on so I can introduce him, right?
Yeah,
Anyway, what's been going on?
The usual school grind. Running in between.
Oh yeah. Used to run with the boys every now and then?
Yes, sir.
Great boys. Excellent. Excellent. I was talking to you, I was texting you like last week or something about we're talking about icy hot. And we're talking about icy hot for horses. And you said that you were the person that came from.
Okay, so it wasn't me who started it. Obviously, it was my grandpa. So he used to work with horses. He horseshoed some of the best horses in the state. Major one at MSU for horseshoeing. So yeah, he got like their liniment. So it's like muscle tightener / like reliever or whatever, like pain reliever.
Yeah.
Not quite sure if it's a pain reliever. I have to check the bottle, but it's like a liniment, so really nice.
Okay.
But yeah, this is like industrial icy hot. So you know that cold sensation you get from icy hot? Imagine that, but like 100 times worse.
Oh, gee.
Like getting kung pao just punched.
Because I just remember being at SPSU meet my freshman year. So it was my first ever track meet. And we're just bopping around, doing the usual routine. And Alex Nemeth whips out icy hot for horses. And I about peed myself. I was laughing so hard. And then the fact that came from you. See, at that time, I didn't really know you that well, but everyone talked about you because you had just left Paris. So you were almost like some fictional character, like some mythical being to me.
Yeah.
So if I would have known that came from you, I think I would have just worshipped you at that point.
I mean, yeah, you had to be hearing like all sorts of weird stories. 'Cause I did some wild stuff freshman year. Like
yeah,
I left
go to the business, and then they would just talk about insane things.
Yeah. Crazy times. Crazy times. But
yeah, he was putting some on, and then he would just scream because apparently it just burned, which makes sense because it's for horses.
Oh yeah, when you get back down, like, I'll let you try some of it.
I think I have to.
It's really for high strength muscles. I mean, it's for horse muscles. Those things are meant to,
Yeah, my muscles might be a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
So this will be interesting.
Oh, and it lasts too. It lasts a while.
Potentially, maybe the icy hot mile if we want to go that direction. I'll try it out first.
Yeah, you might want to try that. You might want to try it before you.
Or do you think that's even possible as someone who has tried it?
I mean, you could do the icy hot mile. It wouldn't feel much different. It would just be a constant cold.
Okay.
It'd be constantly switching from hot to cold because you get the wind on it, but you also have your muscles doing stuff.
That would be tough.
Mix.
That would just be tough.
It wouldn't feel great.
No, I can imagine it wouldn't.
I mean, you wouldn't perform differently. It would as long as you don't get it in your head that it's bad.
We can do a pain.
Yeah, you could.
I mean, can it really hurt worse than the French fry mile? I don't want to downplay it, but probably not.
I mean, that was just a whole bunch of starch and like no water.
Hey, starch hurts. Starch hurt a lot that day.
Oh yeah, it was 90 degrees outside. Horrible.
It wasn't cold.
We thought it was a good idea that day. That's like, oh, let's do it today. It's the hottest day of the week.
I mean, usually when we do things, we kind of just say it the day of. We're like, yo, you guys want to go to the beach? And then we just go.
I mean,
I'm
that's
sure that's
true.
probably pretty much how it went down.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. What
I don't
we,
remember
no, we
where the
made
original
posters.
idea. What's that?
We did make posters for it.
Yeah, that's true. So we must have had some kind of plan, which is unusual.
Because yeah, I got one of my people from Hazlitt out for it.
Yeah. Didn't you say you like never saw him again after that day though?
No, I saw him again after that because he was still on the team.
Oh, okay, that's good.
But no, after high school, I haven't seen him.
Okay,
So
well,
hope he's
so
doing
if
well.
he just disappeared, it wasn't because of the French round mile then. We're not liable.
No. But that
That's
was
good.
a horrible thing. That was a horrible idea.
Maybe the worst day in human history, if I had to guess.
Well, if we just like done small fries instead of like what do we do like mediums or larges?
Yeah, it definitely wasn't small. It was either medium or large. I don't remember.
What's the medium and large are the same size, so it doesn't even
Oh,
matter.
that's true. The big one, whatever it was.
Yeah, so yeah, should have just done small and just
Would have been sensible.
it would have.
Would have been real sensible. But are we sensible? I guess not.
No,
At least not 2 years ago or 3 years ago, whatever that was.
no, we were
It was
also
3 years ago,
drinking.
wasn't it?
What? 3 years? 4 years?
I think it was three. I think it was 2018.
Yeah, it would have been 2018. It was just
Yeah,
before my
we
senior
didn't
year.
do. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so Icy Hot Mom, maybe not in the picture, but maybe in the picture. I guess we'll see.
What's better than eating something? So,
Better than eating Icy Hot, I guess.
oh gosh, that's don't
That's-
do that. Don't eat icy hot.
yeah, that's if you take one thing
Disclaimer:
away from watching this,
don't eat icy hot.
don't do it. It's not healthy, not good.
But I mean, the year after you guys did the donut mile with Long Johns, so like,
Not as bad as the French fry mile, although still pretty bad.
well, I mean, at least that has some like moisture to it, so it can slide down.
Yeah, it was pretty moist, but it was still a lot of food. I mean, four
Well, yeah,
long jumps is like 2,500 calories, so that was tough.
yeah, it's a gross amount of product.
Yeah, I mean, you just the strategy for me at least was not eat for like all day, and then I'll be hungry enough to get through it, which kind of worked, but it just no matter what you do, it's just not gonna be good.
No,
So you gotta just know that and deal with that, I guess.
yeah,
I was watching tennis the other day, which I'm not really sure why, because it's not really a sport that I watch ever. But
mm,
do you ever watch like just the moans that come out of some of those players?
well, I
It's kind of
mean,
ridiculous.
they hit it so hard. Like the amount of spin and how hard they hit it is so much.
Oh yeah, they were showing the radar, and I don't remember how what it read, but it was
Oh,
humdinger.
it was
I mean,
quick.
it's moving, especially Serena. She just grunts.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it sounds like Ben, honestly.
Nope, nope, more
Like,
manly.
yeah, manly version of Ben, basically.
Yeah,
If that's possible. That's what it
like
sounds like. It's yeah,
yeah,
don't know why.
very strange.
Don't know why. But yeah, I don't know. We got the Jack babies here making their return since last week's episode is getting copyrighted. Were they up here for the one before that? Probably not, because that was like a
Maybe
month ago.
probably not. No, probably not.
Well, they're back. I got them up here with Eddie Van Halen. So we can use those again if we ever want to. Um how about Craig Engels running his first pro 5K at the Texas qualifier?
It's pretty. I mean, it was a solid win, but I don't think he's doing it again. I mean, he said he's not.
Did you see the full track interview afterwards?
Yeah,
He's just like, this event sucks. We feel you, Craig.
yeah. Actually, for those who don't know, so the event he ran is called Trial Miles. They have it every few weeks on this YouTube channel where they show it live, and it's good commentary. It's not like the commentary you see on, the Olympic Channel or whatever, where they don't sound like they know what they're talking about half the time. No, these people actually know what they're talking about. They're a little strange, maybe not as strange as us, but a little strange.
Yeah, so check that out for sure. But yeah, a good race for him, good win. But yeah, he was not feeling it in that interview afterwards.
Well, he goes from running a 1500/mile his entire life, and then tries to run a 5K.
Yeah. What did he end up running? Like a 13:30s, I think it was.
It was like no, I think it was like 13:25 ish. It might have been
Okay.
13:30, but
Either way, he said his
I
goal
don't
was to break 14 going in, so that's
Well, yeah, he broke 14 easy.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then we did have Michigan's own Hobbs Kessler running in the 1500, but it's a heartbreaking thing to watch when you see a runner go down on the track. He got clipped
yeah.
from behind. It looked
Stripped,
like,
right?
yeah, it looked like he got clipped from behind, and just
Ah,
the guy he was right next to ended up winning the race, so he knew who to pace off of. You know, hopefully we see him again in the next one, so he gets that U.S. trial standards. Because like Michigan person outside of just getting out of high school making the trials, like massive.
that'd be so ridiculous. Oh man. Yeah, it's tough to see for House, but he'll be back. He will be back.
Oh,
He's
he
not.
will.
He's not going away anytime soon.
But yeah, also this weekend, a lot of big results at Adidas Nationals. Big results. So we have the men's 200 champion, Brandon Miller, 21 low for his 200. Big win, super quick. Then also right up there, we had Hunter Jones winning the 5,000 in a
Michigan's own. There
14:49.
you go.
Super quick.
That dude, I tell you what.
Oh, he came back for the 2 mile as well.
What are you dropping the 2 mile?
9:25.
He's built different, man. He's built different.
Then we also saw Riley Ho ran the 2 mile.
Yeah, he was moving too. That was like a 9. Hold on. I think I wrote it down. I don't remember the exact time, but
I don't remember the exact time for him either.
the
But it
Michigan
was
boys are showing up and showing out. That's for sure.
it was the 19s area, somewhere in there. But then we had our top Michigan runner who took ninth place at D1 States. I think he ran like a 9:08 high for the 2 mile.
Jeez,
I didn't even. Sorry, I don't remember your name. Or I couldn't pronounce it.
man.
Yeah, I didn't suspect him. No offense to him. No offense whatsoever. You just don't always see a number 9 at States coming out and showing up and showing out against, the state champ.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. I don't think anyone saw that coming.
No. But yeah, the girls' side was even crazier. You had people showing up like Leah Burr, Clea Jackson, doing great in the shorter distances. Jada Roundtree doing solid in the 400. Jada Roundtree and her team, won the 4x4 in a 3:45. It sounds more like a slower guy's time than a female's team. That's quick.
Yeah, it's moving right along.
It's quick.
Yeah, I probably can count the number of times on one hand that a 4x14 that I was on broke 3:45 in high school.
Yeah, same.
That's just rough.
Then Audrey D'Adamio. 2 mile double. Don't know.
That girl's nuts. I tell you what.
She is nuts. I mean, she took
What reminds me what she dropped from that mile? Was
She
it
dropped a
440?
448.
440? Okay, 448.
448. What the heck?
And then what'd she come back in the 2 mile in?
10:11.
Jeez, man.
Like that's
What a
state
double.
in a row.
What's that?
That's state winning times in a row.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what was it? I think it was in the 5,000. Did you see that freshman from Michigan?
Mm.
I think she ran like a 17:09. Let me pull this up really quick to make sure.
Freshman girl?
Yeah, let me make sure I'm feeding you up not false information. I've had a long day.
Yeah.
I'm not always the most remembering of things. But yeah, it's stupid quick. I mean, you look at the times that, girls were putting out in the state. It makes almost any meet look like it could be, a state meet.
I mean, what's going on right now is
saying?
historic in the state of Michigan on the boys and the girls side in high school track. You're not going to see something like this for a long time, I bet.
I mean, like the guys have, top times in the nation, but like the girls side, it makes it's so deep. Makes it look like any league meet could just be just like a state championship.
Oh, easy, easy.
Like it's so deep.
It's good to see them all back in action. You know.
Yeah, for sure. It's nice to have a season for once.
You betcha. Yeah, it's officially been 14 months since I raced. So, man, I'm ready to get back.
That's insane.
David Mitter, one of my teammates, dropped a 14:24 at the Gliac Indoors in the 5 last Saturday. So, shout out to you, David. Took home a 4th place, but the one guy wasn't attached, so it ended up being a 3rd, and he ended up podiuming. So, that was cool to see. Big 10-second PR.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Again, just good to see everyone, finally getting back, doing what they do.
Really is. Yeah. So I got it pulled up here.
All right.
Clara James-Heer from Grand Rapids, Michigan, 1709, freshman.
Who was it?
Clara James-Heer. Like James Heer is the last name.
It might have been. She's a freshman, you said?
Yeah.
I was trying to think. I think it was my junior year, my sophomore year. I was at an indoor meet at Grand Valley, and I watched a 7th grade girl run a 5:02 in the mile.
Yeah, it would have been her.
It
probably.
might have been her. I kind of recognize that. I think it was hyphenated, the last name.
Yeah, it is.
That's her?
Wait, where'd you say it was at?
I think it was at Grand Valley. It was one of the indoor meets. Just look at her 7th grade mile time and see if that's close.
No, that's right. I mean, she ran a 4:59 mile in 7th grade indoors.
That had to be her then. What high school is she from? I think it was in Grand Rapids.
Oh shoot, let me pull this up. Is there even a high school? Oh wait, we wouldn't know what high school she's from because this is, she hasn't ran in 2 years.
Oh yeah, shoot.
I kind of forget that's not real.
Jeez Louise. Well, yeah, that had to be her because there can't be too many, 7th grade girls running 4:59 on the mile. So.
No, I mean, she also runs for Ann Arbor Track Club, so she's a big name.
Oh, you betcha.
Like that's.
I just remember watching that, like, what is going on? She's like, what, 12, 15-year-old girl just toasting people. Running faster than I did my freshman year in high school. A little heartbreaking, but,
She ran a 10:41 2-mile in 7th grade.
In 7th grade? Oh, my gosh, dude.
That's not fair.
Stupid. That's just gross.
Yeah, if anybody, I mean, some of you out there know my 2-mile time from like 7th grade. It's not even within a minute.
It's a normal 7th grade 2-mile time. That's probably about where I ran. She was 10:40 in 7th grade.
That's faster than the guys.
Our league meet in middle school, that would have won it for the boys both years I was in middle school. I know it for a fact.
Well,
I think Micah Beauregard was running like 10:50s his middle school.
I mean, you look at the Greater Lansing meet for middle school, a 10-minute 2-mile usually won, like high 10s.
Oh, yeah. She would have been right up there. I think when I did it my 8th grade year, Jordan Soash ran like mid-10s, like 10:30s, I think.
Yeah, he was quick.
Yeah, so she would have been right up there. That's ridiculous, man.
Oh, it gets crazier. 2-mile time, 10:25, 8th grade.
I mean, so often when you see some crazy 7th grade time like that, you see a plateau for the next few years. Like now with her, that's nuts.
No, she makes us look like chumps.
Clara James-Heer, that's her name?
Clara James-Heer.
We got to get her on here, man. Tell us her
secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, if any of you guys know her out there, tag her in a post or send it to her.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Want to get an interview.
That'd be sweet.
Insane.
That'd be awesome.
But yeah, big weekend for running.
Massive weekend. Seems like every weekend stuff is just going down. I mean, this is the time for indoor track when everything's kind of happening. But man, this last month in general has just been wild.
Well, I mean, we saw Noah Lyles' 200 time go down.
It was high school record, right? Went down.
Yeah, high school record. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Jalen Slade. That was it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Twenty
we wouldn't have.
like that.
I mean, we did say this on the show, but obviously that was the last episode that
Yeah.
doesn't exist, is lost to time. Um, whoops. But yeah, apparently he split a 46 high in the 4x4.
Slade did, the guy who broke Lyles' record.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, and they put him on the second leg too. Like, put that guy on the anchor.
What? Put him in second. Man, they better had some horse on an anchor.
I mean, they ran like a 313 4x4.
They had a lot of horses.
So it was all horses. That was
What
just
did that second leg look like then? Just like everyone's second slowest guy, and then just that dude
okay.
just burning.
I think it's on Flow Track or Mile Split on YouTube, but he looks so smooth. It doesn't even look like he's running fast. It looks like he's just out for a jog. Just, well, let me, yeah, hold my water bottle. I'm just gonna go run, a 46 high real quick.
That's nuts, man. I have to go check that out.
He's quick. He is quick.
So I was thinking the other day, everyone's kind of excited for the Olympics coming up this summer. We've been waiting a long time. What's one sport that is not in the Olympics that you wish was in the Olympics?
Shoot, I mean, they've been trading in and out sports in the Olympics recently. Rock climbing's gonna be in the Olympics for the first time this year.
Hobbs Kessler, get in there, man.
Oh, for both? That'd be so awesome.
Oh, that'd be insane.
See him win rock climbing, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, drops like a 326.
Oh,
Yeah, breaks the world record.
yeah, just
Yeah, like he could.
easy work, light work.
But yeah, skateboarding's making it into the Olympics. Which that's been a little iffy among the community. Some people like it, some people don't. Same with the rock climbing. Let's see, what else is going to add in? I don't know if golf is still in it because they did add golf back again.
Mm.
Basketball's in it. USA domination except for one Olympics.
Oh yeah.
But one sport that's not in it. What sport isn't in it at this point?
One that I've always wanted to see is spike ball.
I mean, that's fair, but so you probably do teams of two then for it. Or do you do individual as well?
Ooh, you could do like tennis singles and doubles. It could, have an option there.
I mean, if you're going to add in spike ball, then you might as well add in like ultimate frisbee because that's a universal sport.
Oh, man, that would be the most watched Olympic sport. I mean, how do you beat Olympic ultimate frisbee?
I mean, you make like a 4 or 5 person team, so the field's not too crowded.
Yep, that's about perfect range for the team sizes.
I mean, let's see. Then you could do males, females, then mixed. Like it could be massive. This should be a big.
Oh, that would. I mean, there'd be nothing bigger in the world than Olympic ultimate frisbee. I mean, professional. Why is this not a thing already? What are we doing, people? Like, why hasn't this been developed already?
I mean, heck, esports is closer to being in the Olympics than ultimate frisbee.
Get ultimate frisbee in there. Why is there no discussion around this? This should be global. It should be everywhere.
Exactly.
Great sport in the world.
That and rugby. Rugby also needs to be in the Olympics. If it's not,
I don't understand why rugby isn't.
like that is a tough sport.
And it's worldwide. I mean, it's not like American football, which is never going to be in it because it's only American, kind of Canada that play that.
Yeah.
But rugby, heck, throw her in there. Rugby's fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
Even before I knew what was going on, it was still fun to watch just because it's just mayhem. Just mayhem.
Well, they don't have downs. It's just constant movement for 45 minutes.
Yeah, there's no huddle in rugby. You're just going.
Yeah.
Have you seen Australian football?
No.
It is nothing like American football, and it is insane. There's 36 players on the field at a time, I think it is. Yeah. It feels just one massive, 200-yard just circle. And you have to watch. It's hard to describe, but it's just people are just dying. It's just chaos. Just chaos.
Australian football. Okay. I'll check that out.
Australian football. It's a sight to behold.
sounds wild.
What's going on? Oh, okay. It's tough to watch though because it's always on at night.
Oh, well, okay, that's fair. I mean, it's the
Like,
other side of the world, but
it is fair. It's like 3 a.m. You're just like watching Australian football.
yep, like you do.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. But yeah, ultimate frisbee, man. That's one thing I miss about warm weather is ultimate frisbee. We actually had school get campus closed down at 3 o'clock today because of the snow. You guys have any down there, or is that just up here?
Bro, you're gonna hate us for this, bro. It's gonna be in the 50s this next week. Like it was 30 today. It's gonna be 40 tomorrow, 40 the next, 40 the next, and then 50 all next week, basically.
It was a real feel of -20 today. Okay. Winter weather advisory. Campus shuts down at 3 o'clock. It's going to be 45 next Tuesday, though. So we're getting ready to celebrate. We're going to be outside in shorts and no shirts, and it's going to be wild. 50s next week? Come on, man.
Bro, it hasn't snowed in like 2 weeks.
Oh, my God. If it wasn't dark, I'd show the camera outside. Is there at least snow on the ground down there?
Barely. It's almost all melted away.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Bro, we have at least 1.5 feet on the ground. But I did choose to come to college in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, so I kind of could see that coming.
Yeah, the UP is no joke.
Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah, I decided to go disc golfing with the boys, and we went out to McCurdy. McCurdy still has like a foot of snow in some areas, but that's about it.
Just from plowing parking lots and stuff.
No, it's mostly just due to where all the shadows lie.
Like that makes sense.
Besides that, there's like no snow on the ground.
Well, I'll be home in 2 months, so I get to deal with that.
By then, it might be winter again.
Bro, I would. Oh, that'd be rough.
2 months too late.
That would just be rough.
Oh.
Anyway, go ahead and send out the Zoom link here.
But yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a good season this year for running. I mean,
yeah, everything's looking that way.
We've been saying that for like months now, but
I mean, it's sure turning out that way so far.
Oh yeah.
We started talking before indoor started happening, and here we go. Just can't get over just the state of Michigan right now. I mean, like, again, this year will be talked about for a really, really long time. You got to think.
Hobbs is literally competing on a pro level almost.
And he's younger than we are, and he's in high school.
It
just doesn't happen.
No, I mean he's running.
We've been talking about who's going to be the next high schooler to break 4 for. I mean, it hasn't happened in a while. You had that one guy from Texas run like 4:02 a couple years ago. You had Nick Foster run like 4:03, and then Hobbs just shatters it.
Yeah.
You called me up, and I was like, no way.
I mean, it looked so smooth too. Like,
oh yeah,
he wasn't chasing it from the gun. He just held back up until the last 100 meters, and then said, "Oh, I'm gonna kick." All right, 3:57. Boom.
Break 4. Stupid. Stupid.
But yeah, the real question is Alan Webb's record in trouble for outdoors?
3:53. Is that what it is?
I believe so. I'd have to check, but
yes, I'm gonna say yes.
It's gonna be close. I wouldn't say it's like a guaranteed. You know what I mean?
I mean, the two major factors I'm thinking is, okay, it's outdoors, so that's obviously already faster because Hobbs did it on a 200 track, did he not? Or was it 300? Either way, it wasn't a 400. It was indoors, so you automatically take just a little bit of time off for being on an outdoor track, save for wind and stuff like that. And then also, like, there's no way he's in any kind of peak shape right now. Maybe a little mini peak for indoor, but I mean, you're in, I think, mid-February. So the shape he's going to hopefully be in by May and June is going to be a lot better. So I think it's in trouble. I mean, I say that wanting it to be in trouble because that'd be so cool.
Mm,
Um, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
The thing is, Drew Hunter, the record that he broke was like a 358 indoors
Yeah,
or
that's
something like
true.
that, really close to that.
Well, what did Webb do indoors then? What was he doing in the winter?
I don't even think that they had like serious indoors back then for high
That was
school.
like 20 years ago. So yeah, that's
It
true.
might be like Alan
He's
Webb.
probably playing basketball or something. Just chill inside.
I don't know why I've never thought of this.
Yeah, we got to figure this out. What the heck? What happened?
Well, I guess Alan Webb wasn't from Michigan. I don't know why I
Pulling
thought
him
he was
up right
from.
now.
I'm trying to find it. Why is this so hard to find?
Yeah, I mean, there can't be that great of records from 20 years ago.
I mean, they still have like videos and stuff from it, but you know,
Hmm.
it's just not easy to find.
Well, in the meantime, looks like Braxton just entered the waiting room. You want to start that up?
All right, we'll get back to Alan Webb's record.
All right. Let's bring him in here. Ladies and gentlemen, from Ithaca High School, Braxton Lamey. Come on.
Oh, there we go.
There he is. What's going on, man?
Nice.
What's going on, dude?
Not much. How are you guys?
Doing all right. How you been? How's your training been going?
Um, Pretty good. I mean, well, a month ago we didn't think we'd have indoor, so
Yeah.
I decided to actually join the bowling team. So I've been a dual sport athlete for the first time in high school.
Oh, no way. That's awesome. What's your highest bowling score so far?
I'm not great, but like a 190.
Oh, I mean, that's still pretty good.
I think mine's like a 70. That's just tough. That's just tough.
It's been cool though, because like the philosophy is definitely a lot different than running, so it's nice to get a change of pace.
Yeah, I'm sure. How's your guys' team as a whole for bowling?
Oh, oh, I don't honestly, I have no idea because like there are guys that are bowling like 250, but then it's like apparently that's like average once you get good.
Jeez Louise.
I know.
How was that average? Like, you can't get much better than 250. Jeez. Have you seen anyone roll a 300 in an actual, like, competition?
I have not. The highest I've seen was 279.
Jeez. Yeah, I think I just have to retire. I never saw anything over 100, really. That's I'm always the guy who's got to buy everyone pop and stuff because I'm always last by the fifth frame. So that's just the way it goes. But I don't know. Did you ever bowl like before you hopped into that, or was that just
Like once a year. I know.
Wow, that's impressive. Then you just jumped in there like that.
hmm
But anyway, what you just committed to a college? Which one was that?
Indiana Tech.
Indiana Tech. How does that feel to have that signed away?
Oh, the second I signed that paper, it was like such a relief that it's like, all right, sort of done. But it was cool.
Yeah. What was it about Indiana Tech that they got you?
Um, well, for me, it was sort of the financial part. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like most people we talk to, that's kind of the the way it goes.
All right, so getting back more into running, do you have like a favorite cross country course that you ran in your high school career?
So I feel like the cliche answer for me would be like Shepherd because like it's my PR. But like I'm actually gonna say Uncle John's Cider Mill. I love that course for some reason.
Nice.
It well, you know, Ryan, our regional was always there
Oh
and
yeah, oh yeah,
I loved
that
it.
was a good time. I remember you. We went 1-2 there. I think last year, the first meet.
The Marauder invite. Yeah, yeah.
Wasn't close though. I think he got me by like 30 seconds. So that was that. But I remember we're all just huddled around the trailer with the results posted afterwards. And all these dudes who ran like 26 are like, "What does that guy eat?" Well, I don't know what you dropped, but yeah. What are some of your goals for outdoor track and then for your college career at this point?
Well, I mean, yeah, outdoors definitely like the immediate goal. To be honest, kind of want to get bowling out of the way so I can fully commit back. Um, I kind of want to pull the double in the mile 2 mile state champion for D3. I mean, that's like that's the dream, but
Definitely not out of reach.
no.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, sub 420 in the mile would also be like that'd feel pretty good.
Oh yeah. Oh definitely.
Wow. So do you have like a favorite memory from your high school career so far?
Yeah, it was definitely this past state meet, even with all the craziness of it or whatever. Go being even though I didn't actually like winning my section of that still felt crazy because it's like I just crossed that finish line first at Brooklyn, Michigan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that has
Like
to be pretty fun.
only a few people get to say that, and I thought that was insane.
Oh definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What was that race like for you? Kind of take us through that one.
Oh yeah. Well, so I was in the team race and I was ranked for or like seated first in that one by not like a significant amount, but like a decent. And but so we were running second, and so I had already gotten the results of the first one, and Hunter Jones had ran like 15:35, which was like 7 seconds or 10 seconds ahead of my PR. So I'm like, okay, like that's within reach maybe, but like I'm gonna have to like run it completely on my own because no one
Yeah.
here is gonna really go sub 15:50 even on a good day. But anyway, so but then I'm like, no, I'm not gonna think about it. I'm just gonna win my section. We'll take whatever that is. But so really I sat on St. Louis's number one, Aaron, which that's all I did for conference. So it felt like a conference race really. Until the 2 mile when finally my assistant coach, who's like all over the course always, he's like, hey, you're running tempo pace, like we gotta go. I'm like, oh darn it. Yeah, so I definitely negative split that last mile going into the stadium.
Might be the first time in history that's actually happened.
Right.
That last little mud stretch is just definitely. Anyway.
Yeah. So do you have any like famous runners you look up to at all?
um I've always been like a huge Evan Yeager fan, because like I want to be a steepler, like especially in college,
Mhm.
and like he's like sort of the GOAT, sort of. I mean, to a
Yeah.
point.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, obviously, I mean, it's always like a little bit of a disconnect though, because like I'm built nothing like him. Still under 6 foot and not a twig.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are some of your favorite traditions that you guys had as a team in high school?
Ooh, um, well, this past summer, sort of like when restaurants were open, we would go to our local like kind of like the staple restaurant, sort of.
Yeah.
But but some of our teammates kept spilling drinks, and so we kind of thought that we weren't allowed back anymore. But that was a fun one. But yeah, that I mean, our cross country camp, but that was sort of canceled this year. But that was always a big one.
Where'd you guys usually go when you can still do it?
Timberwolf. I can't even remember where it is, but it's up north somewhere. It's
Yeah.
a super cool camp.
Nice.
So did you have any like pre-race like superstitious meals or like traditions that you like had to follow?
Yeah, so one of them was actually drink an insane amount of water and I don't mean to get too graphic here, but to the point where I'm like peeing like every 10 minutes. Yeah, but in my mind I'm like, all right, that's how I know I'm hydrated. But then always to supplement that like an hour before I drink like a whole 28-ounce body armor to make sure I actually had like my electrolytes or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I don't know, besides that and like I don't know, my grandma always made me pasta the night before and that however much you can actually carb load for a 5K, but it was sort of like the mental part of it.
Oh yeah, pasta's definitely the go-to for pre-meet.
Oh yeah.
Meet. Yeah. Anyway, what are you looking to major in college? Do you have any idea yet?
Yeah, so far I'm thinking a double major in software engineering and network engineering.
Okay.
Wow.
We'll see how that actually works once we get there.
That'd be pretty wild.
That's a heavy load.
that
Sure.
so I'm thinking a little bit.
All right, so Ryan and I don't really know much about Ithaca, but in your elementary schools, did you guys have any crazy like gym equipment, like a rope to the ceiling or anything like that?
Okay, so we have two elementaries. One is like kindergarten through second grade, and the other one is third through sixth or whatever. And the littler one, the kindergarten through second, we call it South School because it's in the south part of town. But my gym teacher, Mr. Cliffman, he had this jump rope, and he took like a full thing of duct tape and like tied it to the jump rope, and he'd swing it over, and you'd have to like jump around it or like jump over it and we're all like standing in a circle, and he'd be like swinging it. But if you got hit in the shins, like it'd just break your shin, and it. I don't know how he got away with that.
Man, that's
Brutal.
it must be a small school thing, Case.
Yeah.
The only ridiculous stories we've had are from us, Waffle, who went to Olivet, and now him. So don't go to small schools, I guess.
Yeah.
What we're saying here, you might be subjected to some potentially illegal things. Maybe just go to like Detroit or something. Anyway, so how'd you get into running, and what's your kind of story there? Were you really young, or were you kind of a late bloomer? What was the story there?
So my fifth grade teacher was actually one of the coaches for like the middle school, and like so she'd always been like during my fifth grade year, she's like, oh, you should go run a 5K and stuff. So I've been running 5K since I was in like fifth grade or whatever. Obviously not fast, but so then I ran in sixth grade, but I was a soccer player at that time too, and still wanted to pursue that. So I kind of quit in sixth grade, then came back in seventh grade because another coach on the team had been like, yeah, you got to come back. I'm like, all right, I'll run during the summer. But then I was actually really scared of the physical, so I almost quit again. But she got some workarounds for that and stuff. So I ended up running seventh grade year, broke like our junior high record. And so I'm like, okay, I guess I have to do this.
Yeah, at that point, yeah.
I'm signed up. But yeah, so then
just kept kind of cooking, and then here you are. That's crazy.
Getting a hold of Ransom, like in between eighth and freshman year, that was a big thing, running with him.
How was that Ben kind of taking over after he left?
At first I was like, I didn't know what I was doing like at all, because like I'd only ever gotten second in races pretty much, and that was sort of like the norm. So as soon as he was gone, or like workouts and stuff, I knew I had to be this far away from him during workouts. But now it's like, okay, I'm leading, and it's I'll admit there were a few workouts where I went either way too slow or way too fast while adjusting, but it's one of those mental things. I mean, his brother came up as soon as he left though, so I still had somebody to run with. And
yeah.
So do you have like a go-to shoe brand that you always like follow, like gun ho?
So I from like freshman to sophomore year, I was a diehard New Balance. But then I started switching over to Nike because like the spikes, like I have this weird thing where I want my trainers and my spikes to match. I know that's like super dumb, but so I've been running a Nike for a while, but I kind of want to make like there are still some other shoes like the 1080s from New Balance. I love those so much, but as long as my knees don't hurt.
Yeah,
there you go. Well, we ask everyone this one. What's your preference between Chili's and Outback if you had to pick? That's
I'll be honest. I've never been to Chili's, and I've been to Outback once.
I mean, what's up with
There isn't a Chili's where I live. I would have to drive like an hour and a half.
Hey, didn't Lainey have an opinion? Like, didn't she know?
No, I don't think she went to Chili's either.
I guess that makes sense then. Like over half of our people have like not been to either one.
Really?
I didn't know that was even a possibility.
Dude, that's Outback's everywhere.
Yeah, he said he's been to Outback, so I guess Outback takes it. What's the score now? Like, I'm not winning. I don't like that.
I think there's only been 2 that have went Chili's out of all of them.
That's tough.
They're either diehard Chili's fans or they've never been there.
Go to Chili's. All right, do me a favor.
I will find a Chili's.
I'll make you a wicked quesadilla. Best thing you ever tasted. Anyway, you got anything else, Case?
No, that's about it.
Anything you want to talk about? I think that's about all we had for you.
I thank you for letting me come on. This was really cool.
Oh yeah, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah.
You betcha.
All right. See you guys.
Yeah, best of luck to you, man.
Thank you.
All right, Braxton Lamey. Big thanks to him for pulling up tonight.
Yeah.
Always good to keep in touch with some of the runners.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, he's always fun to watch at races, you know?
He just runs hard, man. He's just a horse.
Oh, yeah. Really takes the Prefontaine mindset of just taking it out there.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. He burned me a couple times doing just that. Man, like, how many of us were just scared of the physical, though, like he talked about back in the day?
Man, I don't know if I was scared of it as much as I just didn't want to go because it took time out of my day.
It was just
like
weird. It was like, why?
Yeah, why do I have to go do this?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
I can stand upright and I can walk around. Like, I don't need to get checked out.
Like doing the duck walk that they made you do.
Yeah, it was so weird. Like,
that felt weird. I don't know. I wonder if doctors just make kids do just like the most weird things that they'll never tell anyone about. Like,
yeah.
Like it's like duck walks would seem like something that would, like, it's not an actual real thing that means anything, but they just do it because it's funny. I don't know.
Yeah, you think they just get together and make stuff up?
They definitely make up exercises like, hey, why don't you just jump out that window?
Jump off like the checkup bed. Do a backflip.
Yeah, just start doing somersaults. Just start singing.
Yeah, do somersaults.
It makes you wonder.
Yeah, honestly. I don't know.
Yeah, that's something to think about. For sure.
Yeah.
Did you have any luck finding any Webb's indoor stats, indoor races?
You'd be surprised to know Webb's indoor time. So when he broke the record, he set a 4:02.7 indoors.
Really?
Yeah.
And then he beat it by 9 seconds outdoors.
Yep.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah, 4 months later, he runs a 3:53.
Was that race just a complete outlier, or had he been getting close?
The 3:53? I think he was getting close because he got invited to the Prefontaine Classic.
All right, so it wasn't like he was running 4 flats and then all of a sudden just dropped that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because it was him and the just pros in that race.
Well, I mean, Webb also ran a 3:43 1500 indoors, which is quick.
This is about a 4 flat mile, you got to think.
I think it's right about there. It might be slightly quicker.
358 or so.
Probably.
So yeah, he was there. I mean, not that that's that close to 353, but he was.
I think he was set.
Mind-boggling time.
He was definitely set to peak at that 3:53 for sure. Like, no way.
Oh, I mean, yeah, he must have. I mean, that just must have been the stars aligned and everything coming together, because you don't just drop that on accident.
I mean, that could have been Drew Hunter's downfall when he set that record of 3:58, you know? Because he could have peaked too early into the season.
Yeah.
And just wasn't ready for it. But, you know, you never know.
Imagine peaking too early and running with 3:58. That's
that's
problems right there.
Yeah, just imagine breaking 4.
Yeah, imagine even getting close to 4. That's moving right along.
Yeah, imagine being under 4:30. Whoops.
Yeah, hopefully I'll know soon enough.
Yeah, hopefully I can get there too. So I can experience that as well.
Yeah, I mean, one day, I wonder what it would be like to break 5. You know, it's kind of all relative.
It really is.
Remember my freshman year being at that SVSU meet where I saw the game was icy hot for horses, and some dude ran 4:30 in the mile, And me and Tyler were just looking like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Because at that time for me, 5:30 was quick. So I was like, geez, this dude is a champion. And now I'm like, okay, 4:30.
Yeah.
Different times.
Different times.
Anyway, how's Outback been? The sigh.
It's a restaurant industry. I mean, it's getting busier. It's not too bad, but it's Outback.
What's the capacity you're going at right now?
25%.
Okay, so we'll have to go still then.
Yeah.
Which we all love to go a lot.
To go is just it's rough though.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Like not to diss some of the people that like set up the boxes and stuff. Like, okay, I'm gonna admit we're not perfect on the back line, so sometimes we'll miss stuff in the box. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't even know, you don't realize it, and then like 20 minutes later they'll be like, "Oh, we missed this in the box, so we gotta call back." And I'm like, shouldn't you guys have noticed that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not to diss them, but you know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just when you're working and you got an empty restaurant, people are all gone, you're feeling good, you're going home for the night, and then your screen just lights up like Christmas with 30 to go orders. And it's like,
Ugh. Yeah, it's like all at 8 o'clock, and you close at 9, and then all of a sudden just like, oh yeah, so everybody called ahead, and it's all steaks, and you're like, great, fun.
yeah, see, I don't have to make steaks, so I really don't. I really can't talk because if I had to do what you do with some of that to go stuff, I mean, you do it. It's plenty.
I mean, the steaks aren't too bad, but it's when you get like well done ones, and it's the porterhouses, and the porterhouses take up a large area. Those big steaks.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
was
just
at
like,
Applebee's the other night, and one of my buddies orders a well done steak, and I'm just thinking, oh man, Case.
you know how long it takes to cook those?
Yeah.
A while.
Can't be a good time. I just can't.
You take a lot of weight onto those. Use a heavy weight plus another weight, and cooks it quick, kind of.
Yeah, I'm sure you have people who get upset about having to wait for a well done steak to be done too.
Oh, then you have the people who are like, this isn't well done enough, and I'm like, this thing is charred.
It's black. It's literally black.
I could
It
throw
is crumbling.
I could throw it through your window right now. It is charcoal.
Sorry, I ordered a brick. Could that a little bit longer.
Oh yeah, there's the people that order extra well. I'm like, huh,
Yeah, I don't think that exists. I don't think that should exist.
no.
That's rough.
Then you have the people that are like, yeah, I want it between like medium rare and medium, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like
It's
choose
Can
one.
you really tell that much of a difference between medium rare and medium anyway? Like, I'm sure that varies a little bit based on restaurant to restaurant. So to say something in between those two is a little bit ridiculous.
You really can't tell much of a difference up until it gets like to midwell when you lose a lot of the red.
Yeah, yeah.
And a
I'm
lot
guessing,
of the-
is it red, pink, or just black?
yeah, flavor, no flavor. What do you want?
Yeah, pretty much. You should just take out the medium well, whatever, all that kind of stuff, and just go by color. What color steak would you like?
Yeah, honestly.
And the people who wanted it, thrown through the car window could just say dark black.
Oh yeah, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I got the order of blue steak. You know what that means? You put grill marks on it and then you send it out. Like that's. I'm like, why? Why would I do this? Who wants this? This is
So that's just salmonella on a plate.
literally just cut the meat off a cow and just take a bite out of it.
Yeah, that's just raw meat at that point. That's
I mean, I didn't care. Like,
Yeah, it's
that's
not
so
your
easy
problem.
to cook. Just slap, done.
What's the liability for that though? If the health department comes in and like shuts you down for feeding someone straight salmonella.
Oh,
on a
we
plate.
have stuff in order on our menus and online and stuff that says ordering at a certain temperature might be raw.
So you're good if OSHA or something comes in and is like, whoa, blue steak.
Yeah.
What's up with that? Okay, that makes sense.
What's like ordering like a well-done chicken? Like, there's no such thing as a well-done chicken. It's either cooked or it's not.
Yeah. Do people order well-done chicken?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez Louise.
You know what that means? I just take a weight and I hold it down. You guys didn't hear that from me. I make sure it's well done. Trust me. I put it on extra time.
Hey, yo, man, there's some wild customers out there, I'll tell you what.
Oh, yeah.
And none of them are from Ithaca, apparently, because Braxton Lamey are just going to other restaurants, I guess.
Well, they're going to Outback, apparently, at least once.
I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to see where the nearest Outback and the nearest Chili's is to Ithaca. Because if they're about the same distance away, then that's just a big L for Chili's.
No, I'll look this up. I'll look this up as well, so we can, compare notes.
Yeah. Okay. So I see an Outback in Saginaw. And then obviously got the Outback.
Outback in Saginaw is a long ways away.
It's about the same distance from Ithaca, though, as the one in Lansing and the one in Okemos. So either way, they're a good half hour to Saginaw, maybe. Maybe a little more. Let's look at Chili's.
Wow, there's really no Outbacks in their area. Or just anything that's like
main. Chili's the same thing, Saginaw and then Lansing. Or Okemos.
Well, I guess Outback is just better.
Outback takes a big old dub right there. I mean, that's all there is to it.
That's massive.
The home team here.
But, I mean, I've only had one person that stood out and said, like, Outback all the way. You know what I mean? Just like you only had one person for Chili's all the way.
Who said Outback all the way?
I can't remember. I thought there was somebody that said Outback all the way.
So that like actually had been to both a decent amount of times and had an opinion.
Yeah, I thought there was somebody in there. I can't.
We've had a decent amount of guests by this point. There had to be somebody.
But you did have Penske that was like Chili's. Like,
and you know what? He runs in the Big Ten, so.
Yeah, he's definitely sponsored by Chili's.
Chili's is fuel. No, Chili's is fuel. We don't do illegal things.
Sponsor college athletes. We won't sponsor the college.
Nah. Don't worry about that.
Just like Nike, we don't sponsor college athletes. We only sponsor the college and give them free gear and make them wear it everywhere they go.
Yeah, if Penske turns pro and has a big chili pepper on his singlet, then maybe we'll know.
Yeah, he's not even sponsored by a shoe company. It's literally sponsored by Chili's, and they make a running shoe for him. Yeah,
the Chili's twos.
Yeah, hey, welcome to Chili's. Do you want to buy running shoes?
That would be elite, dude.
It looks like a quesadilla.
Man, that'd be awesome.
They make them on the quesadilla press.
I mean, whoever thought Bill Bowerman would be making shoes on the waffle iron?
Yeah, that's wild.
Quesadilla press? Maybe. Either way, that's above my pay grade. I'll talk to my bosses about that, and we'll see what we can do.
No, I think it's above your pay grade to complain about all the toxic fumes coming off the quesadilla press when you're grilling rubber.
Yeah, so that's like double above my pay grade. I got to let them take care of that.
Yeah.
If the shoes come out, it won't be because of me.
Yeah, rough times.
Rough times, indeed. Well, anyway, man. Anything else you want to bring up here?
Nah.
Right.
I mean, I would bring up the Nike Viper Flies, but I feel like that's its own topic. That could take up another hour and a half.
Ooh. Next week we'll have to do some discussion about that.
That's big. That's a big thing.
It is. Yeah, that's pretty huge.
For those of you who have gotten to this point in the episode, leave a comment down below how you feel about the Nike Viper Flies and what they call the fang on it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next week. Let us know what you think. That's an interesting conversation to have.
All right.
Anyhow, we hop on a group call with the boys here.
Yes, sir.
Boys from Beck and Perry. All right, sounds like a plan.
Oh man, we got.
Oh yeah, there's a time limit coming up. Well, let's take that as a sign.
All right.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week. Take care.